Hi, I'm Coy Jandreau here with Red Carpet Report, and I'm on the set of Runaways Season 2 with the entire enormous ensemble cast and the producers to talk about everything that's to come on December 21st, and oh, I'm excited. So you have joined this insane cast. You are one of the Pride. To a point.
To a point.
You're a Pride adjacent. So you're villain adjacent in a cast of a huge number. What's it like to be part of an ensemble this strong?
This cast is unlike any cast I've ever been a part of in the sense that everyone's incredibly talented, everyone's incredibly beautiful, everyone's incredibly kind, but people are so professional and so appreciative of this in a way that I don't think I've ever been a part of. And it makes coming to work every day a joy.
Yeah.
They're great people. Every set has its egos, not this set. Honestly, I couldn't go through and find 15 people that I like working with over my whole career as much as all these people.
That's amazing.
It's really great.
That's rare.
It's really, really great and really unusual. And then when you throw in the fact that everyone's really good, we have a team of writers that writes for our voices in a way that I've never really been a part of before.
Yeah.
So I feel like Frank has grown and together with me as an actor, and that's like, it's amazing. I can feel it happening in these scripts.
Yeah.
That being said, Frank goes on a pretty wild ride.
Yeah, I mean, even season 1, he has some experience. So I'm curious what season 2, because the bar is set at the stuff he will.
Yeah, this season really kind of plays out. There's the kids who have run away. There's the Pride who are trying to take down the kids. And then there's whatever I'm doing, which is this kind of other path. And I hope people left season 1 going, which way is he going to go?
Right.
What's happening? And I had more questions at the end of season 1 than I did at the beginning.
Because you were kind of betrayed by both sides. Like, you don't really have a place to land.
I feel very stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can't commit my allegiances to either side right now. I don't know who's right and who's wrong. And I'm passionate about my daughter, and I care more about her than anything. But at the same time, I believe in this church so strongly. I believe in it's good. I believe in the value of it. But then I'm finding all this horrible things about my wife. Is my life a lie?
Yeah.
And Frank continues to toe that line, and his allegiances,
Yeah.
it becomes very tricky. Very tricky.
I noticed, so I love Rules of Attraction, and you also were kind of ostracized in that role. Like, you were the guy that was the one-off, and here you're the one-off.
I'm the one-off, and I've done it in a couple of other movies, and I feel really good. I love that feeling of being. I'm obviously a part of the show. I love it. I feel great, but I also feel like I'm on my own journey, and this season just keeps that going and keeps the mystery of who Frank Dean is.
Yeah. Is that something that draws you to scripts when you're like, this guy's got his own journey?
It does. It does. But when you're on a ride like this, where we don't know, I know a little bit. I have some idea. Josh and Stephanie, the creators, are amazing about telling us everything that we need to be able to do our jobs. But I don't know the details of exactly where I might end up.
That's cool.
So I didn't know that it was going to be this different from the beginning. And the arc of Frank has been kind of bumbling buffoon to maybe master manipulator.
Yeah.
And it's been a really fun thing to do, and I hope it even goes deeper and we keep getting more and more into it.
You have the most reason for feeling vengeful. You've been betrayed by many different corners of this cast.
They're not nice to me.
They're
not nice to me.
You get kicked around
very
a bit.
mean to me, and they're very mean to me in person too.
I love these people except behind closed doors.
Yeah, exactly. Not actually, but like we'll go to a read through, and people just laugh at Frank. They just feel. I mean, it's very. Frank definitely has this naivete about him that is susceptible, and a lot of it is explored in season 2, and you'll learn a lot more about how Leslie and I got together and our history and my history with the church. But it's a little bit of a joke, and that may or may not sit well with Frank.
That's right. I hoped, assumed for your role, season 2, is you don't have powers, you don't have a team, you're kind of the guy.
Frank is perpetually underestimated, and everyone assumes that they know who he is and what he is, and that's true for the audience too. I hope I hope that foundation is there where they think, they kind of forget about me,
right?
And that there's power in that.
Absolutely.
And
You're the underdog. Everybody likes an underdog. And you're also
I hope they like me.
You're identifiable.
I hope they like me, and I hope they understand. That's what I think this show does best. Better than almost any show on TV right now is blurring the lines between good and evil. And obviously we're doing it in this hyper real world with superpowers and everything. But the idea of what a true villain is and the idea of what a true hero is are very gray
like
in this
life,
show.
yeah.
Like life. I mean, is Leslie a villain? I mean, she's obviously doing horrible things, but if you knew that the fate of the entire world hung in the balance,
right?
If you didn't do this and the world was going to get destroyed, I mean, it's that whole Les Miserables. You know, if you're stealing bread to keep your family alive, are you a thief or are you a hero? And this show explores that in a very modern, very hip, very,
the Marvel way, in this huge
in the Marvel way, exactly.
Yeah, this was the first show where I was watching. We talked about having kids. It's the first time I've identified with the parents more than the kids, and it was an interesting moment of like, oh, am I an adult? And is that something that when you read the script, you saw both sides?
I've been doing this job a long time as an actor, a long time, and if I pitch people on the show, they're kind to be like, and you're one of the, like, I'm one of the parents. I'm one of the, thank you. But yeah, no, I'm one of the parents.
A CW35?
Exactly. No, I'm not anywhere near these kids. But yeah, I'm both horrified and glad that I can't relate to the kids. You know, like I read it, I'm like, I know that's funny, but I don't really get that joke.
Yeah.
I'm really old, and that's humbling, but it's great. So the voice of this show is obviously the kids, and it's obviously a generation that I'm just holding on for dear life.
Right.
And that's what makes the show work really well, is you've got parents who are trying to keep up with their kids, literally, and you know.
And it's 16 interesting characters. It's 16 different people that all have their own arcs that all see what's going on.
I agree. Everyone's on this ride, and everyone has a very distinct personality, and everyone has their very quantifiable quirks and their deficiencies and their strong suits and what they're really good at and what they're really bad at. And the kids, a lot of this season is spent with the kids finding out what they're good at, what their role in their team is as they're starting to team up.
Yeah.
You know, Pride has had time to figure those things out. What's Tina really good at? What's, you know, they all have their strengths and weaknesses. The kids are finding that stuff out throughout this season. And it's really fun to watch. Anytime it's fun to watch people grow into their essence. Right.
And last question for you. Having a kid and having a show like this, is this something that you're excited? Like, this is a young adult show. You can't show the kid rules of attraction anytime soon.
No.
Is this something that you're like excited to share as like, this is a moral compass show? This is a lot of these things. And especially if you're a morally ambivalent character to date.
Totally. I know. I mean, my kid's a little young still, so we're not there yet. But yeah, I do think that this is a good show for kids to watch. And it's hopefully a fun show for parents and kids to watch, and most of the people in my life who know about the show watch it because of me, but end up falling in love with the kids. Yeah, and all the kids that I know end up falling in love with the parents.
Oh, so it's funny.
It's really fun. It's like I think people have expectations going into the show, and they think they know what they're going to like, and then the show kind of
subverts all expectations.
Yes, exactly. It takes them on a different path, the path that they didn't know they were going to go on, which is a lot like Frank, which is a lot like the course of the show. So I think it's really successful in that way, and it's something that I'll be proud to show my son when he's older.
Yeah.
When he's older.
Dude, thank you so much. I love the show. It's insane.
Appreciate
Congrats
it.
on all
Thank
this.
you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Enjoy the 3-letter name.
Thank you. Back at you. Back at you.
So I've been Coy Jandreau. The cast is incredible. So many of them know and love comics. If you like this video, click like, subscribe for more, and hunt me down on Twitter @Coy Jandreau. And thank you so much. I cannot wait for Runaways. Appreciate it.